Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another Wrath of Rakshasa construction update. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. Make sure you get all my videos when they are released. And if you want to donate and help the channel out a little, this is how to do it. Hit that thanks button, select your amount, type a message, and hit send. And anything and everything is always appreciated. Jumping into today's video, this footage you're seeing was shot on Wednesday, February 26th, 2025. And getting into things, as the camera zooms in here in a bit, you will see that there's only, as of Wednesday, there was only a couple pieces left to go on the Immelmann. And they had, if you look closely, there's the black crane that's extended up, and you see the blue piece hanging there. They ended up not doing any work on that. They ended up bringing that down, so I'm not exactly sure what happened and why they didn't end up putting the final two pieces of the Immelmann up, but they ended up bringing that down. Nothing went up, and from my understanding, as of the recording of this video, which is on Thursday, February 27th, the Immelmann is now complete. I'll get a shot for you guys. I plan to come out to the park Saturday and do another update, so you'll see that finished product there, and you can see that piece just hanging there. And this was, I was at the park for a good hour and a half maybe, and it was like this the entire time, so I'm not exactly sure what the reasoning was. And looking on the site, I don't see any other pieces of track that have been brought out, so they must have had planned to do this and then were unable to get things done. The cherry pickers were stationed out there ready to go for the workers to be lifted up and attach these final two pieces, but like I said, for some reason it didn't end up happening, and they completed the Immelmann this morning instead. But looking across the rest of the site, you can see lots of work going on. You can see people walking around now on the finished flooring that they put in where the station is, and they're working on getting that all situated. There's one thing that I do want to bring up. You see where that yellow crane is parked? Right there in the midway, there still is footers that do need to be poured. If the rendering is correct, there are footers in the middle of the midway. Now, my guess is the reason they didn't do those is because obviously they need the cranes to get in and out of that area. So those will be the last footers that will be dug and poured. Similar to what they did on X-Flight, they left the final turn into the brake run was left last. And then once everything was completed that they needed to get in with the cranes, they were able to then dig and pour those footers and then put those final pieces of track up. So with that being in the middle, we'll say, of the layout, that's not going to affect anything else. So they're still going to be able to grout everything else. They're going to be able to pour those footers that need to be poured. The grout and the concrete for those then would have to cure before they get the supports in on those. But everything, since that's in the middle of the course, it's not going to affect anything going on in the station. They're still going to be able to work on the station, get everything working on there. They're still going to be able to test everything, the moving in and out of the station, all that stuff. So not an issue with anything. So obviously that grout then for the final two supports that will end up having to go up will have to also cure, so it'll be a little bit before they can start testing, but I don't see that being an issue. I still say testing is going to start in the middle of April sometime. Second week of April, I say testing begins. Now that the dive and the Immelmann is up and we're going to go into the dive loop now, everything else is going to move pretty fast here with everything going up. So I don't foresee any delays or anything going here. And you can see there's a better shot of that piece just hanging that they have. And a few of you had messaged me about including the update on Viper and American Eagle in this video. If you hadn't noticed, check out my video that I released yesterday, because that is an exclusive video just dedicated to the retracking going on American Eagle and Viper. So for those of you that were interested in that, you'll want to check that out. And again, that video came out yesterday. Still lots of nice weather ahead. It's supposed to be near 60 tomorrow, and then next week 40s. So nothing to slow down any of the work that's going to be going on here. Now that we got past the Immelmann, that's obviously the second tallest thing on the ride, and then the dive loop is the third tallest thing on the ride. And after that, everything else starts to get lower to the ground, and it'll be much easier. The supports aren't as big. They don't have to attach multiple pieces to get one support. So everything will go a lot quicker. The park opens April 18th again, so I fully expect that we will see testing by the time the park opens for the season. And definitely, if not that first weekend the park is open, the second week of the park is open, there'll be testing. There's usually always about a month of testing that is conducted before the ride opens for the public. There's a better look at the main site. You can see lots of activity going on down there. Still trying to get a better idea on where the entrance and area you're going to get up into the station is. Are you going to board the station on the backside, which is closest to the service road, or is it going to be the other side? And my guess is because that backside is a little bigger, that's the area that's going to be where you come up and wait and go into the trains that way, and then you'll exit on the side closest to the midway. And you can see when I was there, that crane is just sitting. There's no work going on. So again, that piece that was hanging there, it didn't appear like there were any other pieces that were down there on site next to anywhere. Now, it is kind of hard to see from how far back I am with the drone and just zoomed in with it, because there's trees and stuff down there. You can't get a clear view of the ground, but it did not look like there were any bright blue pieces laying anywhere else. So not exactly sure what was going on, because you can see back here they weren't in the process of lifting any pieces onto flatbeds to bring them out to the site. So kind of curious on why they even lifted that piece up with the crane if they didn't have the other piece on site. So it's hard to say. Something had to have happened where they decided to just wait. It was getting kind of windier yesterday too. When towards the end of my drone flight, I was starting to get some high wind warnings on the drone, so that possibly could have been it, because the wind did kind of pick up as the day went on. There's a better view of what's going on with the station. You can see those guys walking around on top. So I think that's going to be where you enter the ride, on that side. And that's why that is so big, that it's going to be part of the queue, might be up there, rather than just a staircase up and then you're waiting. And then you would exit on the side closest to the midway and make your way down and out. I honestly think that the exit gift shop is going to be built on the outside of Demon Snacks. From the concept art, we saw that it was open, so I think it's going to be right there, and you'll somehow walk through that way and through over there. For any of you those that follow Ryan the Ride Mechanic, take a look at the video he released today, as it's all about B&M dive coasters and how they work. So interesting video. I will put a link in the description here if you want to take a look at that. And I know I say this every video, but this is just truly amazing how much this coaster is changing the skyline for the park, and how different walking through this area is going to feel with this giant structure now there that you're going to walk under, when for the last 50 years the tallest thing in this area has been the Demon. Well, that's not entirely true. We did have Deja Vu there for a while. So this just seems much more menacing though for some reason than Deja Vu was. I think it's because of how it's crossing over the midway. And there's a better look on this side, and you can definitely see that piece hanging there now. So curious as to why. And like I said, I don't really see any other pieces on the ground. There's a cherry picker, but nothing else. So I'm not exactly sure why they lifted it and then nothing else happened for the day. But it was completed this morning, so no worries. Which is good. And just another slow flyby overlooking the entire site one last time. But for now, that is going to do it for this update. Like I said, I'll try to get back out on Saturday afternoon sometime, and should have the video out for you guys on Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully there's a lot more progress other than that Immelmann being completed that we will be able to see. But for now, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, turn on those notifications, make sure you get all my videos when they come out, and don't forget to also follow me on Instagram. It's @ChicagoCoasterGuy. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.